Hi, this is Summer with Summer's Tips and Stitches, and I'd like to say this is a yarn chat, but there's really not much that's been going on. It's like a catch-up video. It's a catch-up, not like ketchup and french fries, but I'm catching up to what happened. So as many of you know, or maybe some of you don't know, I just had the first week of school. Actually, tomorrow's Monday, so I'm going back for week 2. So I really appreciate the 10-day break because I had a lot to do, get back in the swing of things, not only like physically, you know, getting up early in the morning and tired and standing and walking and talking all day, but then also getting lesson plans and stuff ready. And I, this year, get to train a new educational assistant. That's what we're calling them now. We're not calling them aides or TAs. We're calling them EAs, educational assistants. I mean, I get the aides thing, but teacher's aides seemed fine. But anyway, we're calling them something new, and I'm sure in a few years, like 5 years or something, we'll call them something else. So we'll check back then. Okay, so this is my plan. I'm to show you what I finished because I did do a little work, a little bit of crochet stuff, knit stuff, yarn stuff, and then. Okay, sorry, that was a quick break with my daughter. She might come down. Okay, so I did do a little bit of yarn work, but overall, I'm going to show you what I made. I'm going to show you what I've been working on when I have time, obviously. And then I do have a little bit of a update on Flynn, which is why this week has been kind of stressful and I haven't been on much. And then also, maybe you'll get to see Maddie in her homecoming dress. Yep. Because homecoming is coming up so fast. Okay, so the one thing that I have gotten to finish was this hat. I am knitting hats. Now, obviously, I usually don't hit it this hard straight away, but that leads to the second part of the video. I have been working on my hats for my second graders. For those of you who don't know, I teach second grade, hence the whole back to school talk. And every year for Christmas, I make them hats. And so these are the hats that I have finished. I'm just going to show you them all one at a time. Maddie's just, give me a minute here. Just showing you all the hats that I have finished. The reason in part that I have to get these, this is a new technique that I have just started that's using 2 different yarns, changing colors. I do want to make a video about that. And then this one is a combo hat. I made this in Alaska. I made these in Alaska. Okay, so the reason I'm getting my hats done right away, and I have 21 second graders this year, which means I have to make 23 or 24, is because Flynn's health journey has taken a fast forward. If many of you remember and maybe saw pictures and whatnot, that he was getting a bone marrow biopsy in July, and they were trying to find out if his bone marrow was stressed. Okay, and so if they found out his bone marrow was stressed, we were going to have to move forward with the bone marrow transplant. And they actually did find out that his bone marrow is stressed. He has precancerous changings happening. That's what they were looking for, because one of the things that happens when you're Gata-2 deficient is you are more likely or most likely going to be going down the path of leukemia. So because we were able to diagnose him at such a young age, we were able to do these tests to find out, and he doesn't actually have cancer yet, or won't, because we were able to detect that through these tests. But that does mean we have to move forward with the bone marrow transplant. And the second part of that is finding a match. And for a while, we were really concerned because they did not have one in the bone marrow registry. But an answer to prayer is that Maddie is a 100% match for her brother. And so she is going to get to go through a bone marrow biopsy kind of thing of her own. That's essentially what it is. They do the same procedure but take some bone marrow. Luckily, your bone marrow, just like your blood and your plasma, regenerates. So she will make her own refill, and then they will treat her bone marrow and they'll inject it with stem cells, and then they'll give it to Flynn, and he will then make his own. It obviously is a 2 to 3 month procedure. So that's part of the reason why I'm getting cracking on these hats, is because we have to fast track what we thought we could possibly do next summer in May or June. We're going to have to do sooner. We don't have a timeline yet. We don't have a specific date to start this. We just know that it's going to be happening sooner. They say ASAP, which means nothing in the doctor world, because that was 2 weeks ago. And in my mind, ASAP is right now. So that is not. They have things they have to do to prepare for this. And so they have started that preparation. My husband and him have an appointment that he's going to go to. And that's why I've gotten to train a new teacher's aide, is because my new teacher's aide this year also has been a teacher before. And so she's going to help out so that I have a little bit less stress this year in regards to teaching, Flynn's health, and the bone marrow transplant and all that jazz. So I'm really blessed to have a school. Maddie, can you shut this door while I'm talking? I don't want to have to stop this video again. I'm really blessed to be in a school where my administration is so willing to help me out as much as they can, so that this can be, so that I can put my family first. And one of those, I mean, I loved my teacher's assistant, educational assistant, whatever we're calling them right now. I did really love her, and I'm sad that she's in a different class, but they promised that when this is done, I can have her back. And so it is going to be really helpful that my educational assistant is a teacher. So she'll be able to help out. She'll be able to take a day in when I maybe can't. And I just thought I would try to get these hats done really quick, because one of the side effects, which I did not know, and I don't want to say side effects, one of the things that comes after a bone marrow transplant is Flynn will not be able to return to school until next school year. He'll have to finish off this year at home because his immune system has to rebuild itself, and it's a slow start. It's a slow thing. He'll be on a course of phasing to get back into public, if you will. My other kids can all go to school. I can go to work. My husband can go to work, but he will not be able to. And I'm sure there's some precautions we're going to have to take. But that is the update. Now, obviously, once that bone marrow transplant situation happens, things are really probably going to slow down. And I appreciate and love all you guys. And I know that many of you watched little baby Flynn toddling around in the back when I first started my YouTube channel. So many of you love him and have been praying for him. And so I know many of you will understand that I'll have to slow the YouTube down for a bit and focus on Flynn. And maybe if he's comfortable with it, every once in a while we might pop in and give you all an update. And I'll talk in the Facebook group. I do have that group, Summer's Tips and Stitches, and so you can check in there, and I will try to keep you all alerted to him. But this is a real sensitive thing for Flynn. As you know, chemotherapy changes your outward appearance, and so I don't want to put him in a position to where he might feel uncomfortable later, regret things that I put up or not. You know what I mean, people. I'm going to protect his privacy a little bit, but I do know many of you will continue to pray for him and love and encourage us. Okay. That's all for this video. Hopefully I can get my bum in gear and get some projects done once I get a little comfortable with the school year, and I am back to being, I guess the one real good thing is once that happens, I might have more free time for crocheting and knitting. All right, thanks for watching and subscribing. Thanks for liking and sharing my videos. And until the next video, happy crafting. Bye.